this video, I'm gonna explain the Amazon interview process. Before we are moving on, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and if you love this content, please give me like, okay? So Amazon's recruiting process typically begins with a phone screen, in which candidate interviews with a specific team. A small portion of a time, candidates may have a 2 or more interview, which can indicate either that one of the interviewers wasn't convinced or that they are being considered for a different team or profile. In more unusual cases, such as when a candidate is local or has recently interviewed for a different position, a candidate may only do one phone screen. The engineer who interviews you will usually ask you to write simple code via a shared document editor. They will also often ask a broad set of questions to explore what areas of technology you are familiar with. Next, you fly to Seattle or whichever office you are interviewing for, for 4 or 5 interviews with 1 or 2 teams that have selected you based on the resume and the phone interview. You will have to code on a whiteboard, and some interviewers will stress other skills. Interviewers are each assigned a specific area to probe and may seem very different from each other, They cannot see the other feedback until they have submitted their own, and they are discouraged from discussing it until the hiring meeting, So you have to know this. The bar raiser. Interviewer is changed with keeping the interview bar high. They attend special training and will interview candidates outside the group in order to balance out the group itself. If one interview seems significantly hard and different, that is the most likely the bar raiser. This person has both significant experience with interviews and veto power in the hiring decision. Remember, just because you seem to be struggling more in this interview doesn't mean you are actually doing worse. Your performance is judged relative to other candidates. It is not evaluated on a simple percent correct basis, Remember this. Once your interviewers have entered their feedback, they will meet you to discuss it. They will be the people making the hiring decision. While Amazon's recruiters are usually excellent at following with candidates, occasionally there are delays if you haven't heard from Amazon. Within a week, we recommend a friendly email. So definitely prepare. Amazon cares a lot about the scale. Make sure you prepare for scalability questions. You don't need a back group in the distributor system to answer these questions. See our recommendation in the system design and scalability interview process. Additionally, Amazon tends to ask a lot of questions about object-oriented design. So check out the object-oriented upcoming interview questions. What is unique? The bar raiser bout in the from different team to keep a bar high. You need to impress both person and hiring manager. So Amazon tends to experiment more with its hiring process than other companies do. The process described here is typical experience, but to the Amazon experimentation, it is not necessarily universal. So you have to remember these points if you are preparing for a technical interview in Amazon. So thank you. If you enjoyed this content, please give me like, and bye.